You are my buddy. If you're looking for a hate review or somebody that's going to give this a bad review, then you might want to go to a different YouTube channel because I really liked Child's Play 2019.
Hello and welcome to the Cavern of Terror.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Cavern of Terror. And yes, I am going to do a review for Child's Play 2019. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I was very much looking forward to Child's Play 2019 ever since we got the synopsis about the new AI direction that they went with the character. And I was really into the first trailer. And I didn't let any of that criticism that we had gotten when the pictures of the Buddy doll, the Chucky doll, were coming out and people didn't like it. But with that being said, let's get into the review. Did I like Child's Play 2019? Well, the answer to that is very simple. Yes. Yes, I did. And this is one of the best remakes we've had in a long time. This smile that I have on my face was on my face the entire time in the theater. I had a blast. I fucking loved it. It's been a while since I've done a review on this channel, but guess what? We're going to see if I still know how to do it. Let's get the big thing out of the way first, and that is Chucky. What did I think of the Buddy doll in the film? Well, I will be honest with you guys and tell you that it was kind of jarring to begin with. When I first saw that face, I wasn't into it. I didn't like it at first, but I'll tell you something. And if you're like me and didn't think you were going to like the look of it when the movie started, it grew on you throughout the runtime. It actually got better. I liked the way that the animatronics worked in the face. I liked the outfit. I liked the glowing eyes where it turned red when he was doing evil stuff. I liked the hair. I really liked Mark Hamill's performance as this character. I grew up on Child's Play. I remember Child's Play 2. I was a huge fan of Bride of Chucky. I loved the original. So Brad Dourif was part of my childhood. I remember that character so well and how awesome he was as that doll. And Mark Hamill kind of makes this character his own. By the end of this movie, I felt for this doll. That was just looking out for Andy. I fell for this doll. I really liked this character. I liked the relationship between Andy and Buddy. When their relationship really started to fall apart, I felt for both of the characters. Getting back to the Buddy doll, I really liked the animatronics. Like I said, I liked the way that the doll moved. I liked him in the action fight sequences. There's a little bit of CGI, and thankfully that is mostly in the third act of the movie. It is not in the first act or second act. If it is, it's very subtle. I thought this was a real doll. I liked the little sound effects of the neck when it moved and the arms. And Mark Hamill, again, was hilarious. He really pulled off this character. And let me tell you right now, he did not sound anything like the Joker. Continuing with the characters, I really liked Gabriel Bateman that played the new Andy. I like the fact that they aged up the character a little bit more, and I think he did a really good job. It was a different version of Andy. He wasn't just being Alex Vincent's character from the first two, obviously, because he's older than that. And he was different from the Andy in Child's Play 3. I thought he was very convincing as the Andy Barclay character, and he really helped carry this movie because his acting was really good. Aubrey Plaza was really great in this movie as Andy's mother as well, but there is one little nitpick that I have, and it's not much of a spoiler. It's the fact that I don't think Andy's mother should have been in this movie. I think she should have played Andy's older sister because that's the way she read to me when the movie first started. And of course, near the end, that's when you really feel that mother-son bond. But I think it would have been a lot better and more beneficiary to this movie if they were brother and sister. It would be a callback to Child's Play 2, and it would be different from the first Child's Play. There's a scene where Andy is looking at a photo album with Chucky, and there's a picture of his father, his mother, and himself. I think if they made her the older sister and then had two parents there that they had both died and they had to move, I think that would have been a much better story and more original, making this its own thing trying not to compare it to the original because that's going to happen in any remake. But she was really good in the role. I really liked the character. She was really funny. Speaking of funny, this movie is a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be, but not saying that I didn't think it was going to be funny because humor is something that is prevalent throughout the entire Child's Play series. Not much so much in the first one, but definitely in the second one, definitely in the third and Bride of Chucky, definitely in Seed. There's some dark humor in Curse of Chucky, and I have not seen Cult of Chucky, so I cannot comment on that one. So if you want me to watch that movie and give you my thoughts on it, let me know down in the comments down below. But it was way funnier than I thought it was going to be, and it's not the same humor that was in the original Child's Play series. It's a little bit more modern. I liked it. And this movie is way more meta than I thought it was going to be as well. It references a lot of movies, specifically characters from other movies, and I thought that scene alone was fucking hilarious. I really enjoyed the comedy in this as well. Let's talk about Detective Mike, played here by Brian Tyree Henry. He is not Chris Sarandon's Detective Mike from the original, but I really liked his character. He had a lot of comedic notes throughout this, but he was a serious character as well, and very important to the plot. I was really invested in these characters, and I think that's because of the writing, the way they were written. I think they were very well written, and because of the performances of the actors, I thought they were great, especially Brian Tyree Henry. I think he's going to go a little bit under the radar in this film because of course, Mark Hamill and the Gabriel Bateman that played Andy in the film. But I think he was very solid as well. Didn't have any problem with Andy's friends either. They didn't seem shoehorned to me. I thought it flowed really naturally. So, guys, let's get into the fun stuff. Let's talk about the kills. Child's Play 2019 does not hold back on the brutality. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of really brutal kills in movies. If you see my reviews of the Hatchet films, you know I like it to get gory. And this film was not afraid to show blood. There was a lot of blood in this movie. There was a lot of really nasty cuts and hard falls. That is going to be a big, just look out for some hard falls in this movie, because one of them is definitely going to make you cringe, because I know I did in the theater. Guys, the kills were top notch. Could they have lasted a little bit longer? Could you have seen a little bit more? I think so. I hope that we get an unrated cut of this when it comes out on Blu-ray, because I'd like to see these kills extended out a little more. And if we get enough money in the theaters for this film, I hope they go a little bit harder on the kills in a sequel. I think this could totally have a sequel, and I'd love to see a sequel to it. With this being a more modern film, I really wasn't expecting much atmosphere. To be honest with you, I was expecting it to be a little grayer, to be a little bit more bland, because that is the way most modern films are anymore to me when it comes to horror. You know, they got that washed out color palette, and not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just the common trend with more modern horror films, and that is not the case with Child's Play. This is an inky black film with a lot of color. I mean, there's Christmas lights, there's a lot of purples, a lot of neon green, neon red, neon blue, neon purple. It just pops, and it looks amazing, and I'm sure it will look amazing on a 4K TV once this movie comes out. I have nothing but praise for the cinematography in this movie. It was fantastic. Aside from that one negative that I have about Aubrey Plaza, the fact that I think that she should have been Andy's older sister instead of his mother, I didn't really have any glaring issues with Child's Play 2019. I thoroughly enjoyed this film, and I would love to see a sequel to it. So, of course, this is going to be a long time, guys. This is a long time coming. I have not gave out a rating for a film in probably 6 months on this channel, probably longer than that. But Child's Play 2019, it's getting a fucking metal claw, guys. I can't help it. I know there's going to be a lot of haters out there to say that this movie was fucking trash. It was a trash fire. You'd have no idea what you're talking about. This movie sucked. I just can't see it. I thought it was great. I thought the performances were really good. I thought the score was amazing, which I did not talk about in this review. I'm going to talk about it right now. Bear McCreary did an amazing job. And I know that Cody Leach over there on his channel, if you haven't seen his stuff, which you probably are, if you're subscribed here, you're probably already subscribed over there. He said that Child's Play was always missing that, unique score, that one thing that would come back to every sequel. I think Bear nailed it in this movie. It comes on every time it gets dark, and every time Chucky goes for a kill, and it's childlike and toy-like and fucking amazing. So let me tell you what, I hope that he comes back to score a sequel if there is one. I'm praying that there is. I thought Mark Hamill was amazing. I thought that Gabriel Bateman was really good. Brian Tyree Henry, all the other supporting characters in this, and the mechanics of the Chucky doll were all awesome. All right, guys, that has been my review, the first time in a long time, of Child's Play 2019. What did you guys think of Child's Play 2019? Do you think that they should just continue with the Don Mancini franchise and just forget about this? It came out. Orion and MGM, they had their shot. It's time to move on. We don't need a sequel to this. Or do you think that we need a sequel to this, and fuck those Mancini films? We don't need them. I'm not saying that I don't like them. I just want to know what you guys think. That's another thing I want to tell you. Go into this movie expecting something new. Don't go into this movie expecting the original Child's Play. Don't go into this movie expecting Brad Dourif, because what it's going to do is just leave you disappointed, because it's not that. This is a completely different beast. Guys, if this is your first video from the Cavern of Terror and you like this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. That way you get notified about all my future content. It really helps me with the views, and it really helps you guys finding out more content from this channel, more things that you want to see. And if you have suggestions, put them down in the comments down below. Like a spoiler review for Child's Play 2019. You want to see it? Put that shit in the comments down below. I read every single one. If you want to get yourself a badass Cavern of Terror t-shirt, make sure you hit up that Spreadsheet store link in the description box. Finally said it right this time. Down below, and you can see about 4 or 5 shirts that me and the man Woody Bowen have designed. I have a couple on the way, and I'll be able to show them to you guys soon. Really proud of what we've done. And if you want one, make sure you order one. Also, guys, if you want to check me out on social media, I have the links to all those fucking accounts down in the description box down below. Facebook. Check me out on Killer Flicks. It is a horror group that I'm an admin in over there, and we have a great time talking about horror. I'm there. You can talk to me. You can talk to all the other admins and mods. You can talk to our 5,000 plus members. It's a great time. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, Cavern of Terror, Twitter, Cavern of Terror, and LetterBoxd at Cavern of Terror, all those links are down there. But most importantly, guys, I'm Zach, and this has been the Cavern of Terror. Stay metal, my friends.